Hi everyone, welcome to our day 2 of this week. Today we are going to start off with our presentation on main idea. We are still focusing on main idea, but today we are going to focus on a different reading. So main idea, our learning target is I can find the main idea and supporting details of access to fresh water. Which if you guys have your workbooks, that will be in your workbook on page 23. That is the reading on page 23. And the graphic organizer that I created online is page 24 of your workbook in case you guys want to do your work on that. And then you can just submit a picture of it, okay? So what is the main idea? We've talked about the main idea for a while now. Remember, main idea is what the story is mostly about. It is the gist, it is the point, right? It is that main point that the author wants to make across. You guys have been doing such a great job finding out the main idea, and then the supporting details, but some of us have been saying, like, you guys find the main idea and then the supporting details, you guys just write, oh, it talks about water, and then you say the same thing for the 3 supporting details. That's not what we're doing. We have to make useful time of our learning. So I'm glad that most of us are getting the main idea now and how to solve it. But remember that your supporting details is your backup. That is the information that is in your text. So you have to take it directly from your text and plug it into those supporting details. So make sure we are doing that and not just putting whatever on those boxes. I do look at each one of yours when you guys turn it in. So please make sure we're doing a wonderful job. And those I've commented back and I said, oh my gosh, nice work. Some of you guys are doing an excellent job writing in full sentences. So thank you for that. You guys do need to write in full sentences. I don't need to remind you every time, right? It's like walking. Nobody reminds you that right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right? So sentences should be the same thing. I shouldn't have to remind you. You need capitals. You need periods. It needs to be a complete thought. You guys, when you write, it needs to be a complete thought. Some of us are forgetting our punctuation, which is our periods or exclamation marks or question marks. But most sentences that you guys are writing are needing a period at the end. Okay, so pay attention to those details for when you do this assignment today. All right. So access to fresh water. Here I wrote the actual text that you guys will see in your workbook or in our assignment in Google Classroom. Okay. So access to fresh water. It is a desperately worrying statistic that nearly 1 billion people in the world lack clean, healthy drinking water. Residents in the UK can turn on a tap and access safe drinking water whenever they like. But the situation is very different for the people of Africa. Every day, millions of people in Africa, usually women and girls, walk miles to have access to any water at all. The length of the time it takes to collect the little water they can get means that they do not have time to do anything else during the day. Children do not get the chance to have an education simply because they are too busy collecting water. Imagine that some countries have the ability to turn on just their sink and get water, and others have to walk miles to collect water. Do you guys think it's fair that some kids are missing out on their education because they have to go get water? I don't think it's fair. Okay, to make matters worse, the only water they have access to is from streams and ponds. The water is usually full of diseases and makes themselves and their families very sick. Adults face the decision on a daily basis between dehydration and sicknesses from the water they drink. Even worse, they have to face this decision for their children. So this paragraph is talking about, okay, adults have to decide, am I going to be dehydrated, which means not having enough water in your body, right? Not drinking enough water, or be sick because of the water. The water isn't very clean, right? Because all they have is water from streams or ponds. Imagine your family having to make that decision every day of, okay, should we drink water today, knowing that it's going to make us sick, or should we not drink it and know that it's going to make our body also sick, but in a different way, which is dehydration, right? And then another word that I want to define is lack. Let me find it. Okay, lack up here. I was looking in the middle. So here in this sentence it says, it is desperately worrying statistics that nearly 1 billion people in the world lack clean, healthy drinking water. What do you think lack means? Do you think it means that they have water or that they don't have clean water? You're right. If you say that they don't, lack means they don't have clean, healthy drinking water. Okay, now what do I need to do, Ms. Flores? You need to go to Google Classroom and find the to-do list, read Access to Freshwater again, and then fill out that main idea graphic organizer. So we go back. You're going to click on Ms. Flores English Literacy. Make sure you're also checking our math Google Classroom every day, okay? Both of our classrooms. So you will click on your to-do list of the day, which will be to watch the video, complete classwork assignment titled Main Idea, Access to Freshwater. Log into Amplify for 20 minutes. Remember, we are having that raffle again this Friday, so make sure that you're logging into the Amplify every day for 20 minutes. At the end of the week, you should have an hour and 40 minutes completed. If you do, then that will get you entered into our raffle. You are also going to be logging into Epic, so make sure you log in for 20 minutes. Some of us are logging in for only 5-10 minutes, and that's not counting to your Epic goal of 20 minutes. Okay, and then remember that I do send a report to families at the end of the week, so families will know whether you've logged in and completed all your assignments by the end of the week. And then I've included our timer link in case you want to click on that timer and have it show on the screen. And again, don't forget to check your math Google Classroom. So now we are going to go to our assignment under classwork. And then you'll click the latest one, which should say Access to Freshwater Main Idea. Whoops. And if you click on View Assignment, it's going to pop up bigger for you. Yours, of course, looks different than mine. So Access to Freshwater Main Idea. The step number 1 is to watch the Main Idea video. I've actually found a really nice video on YouTube for Main Idea, so make sure you watch that first before you do your work. Step 2, read Access to Freshwater page again, which is this page here. You'll click on it. Access to Freshwater, and here is the reading. Okay, that reading I had on that slide, here it is for you to read again. Just like we would in class. So you're going to read it again, and then at the bottom, I wrote the definition down for lack and dehydration, which are 2 words that you might not know. And then step 3 says, find the Google Doc with your name, which is find the main idea and supporting details, complete and submit. And then we already talked about that work quality, right? That even though I'm not watching you guys, I'm still looking at all of your work, and I would like you guys to please take the time and write in complete sentences, and then take the time to find your supporting details directly from the text and not just write water, 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 okay? That's not going to get you enough points for the day. You need to make sure you're writing that detail 1, detail 2, detail 3 straight from the text. So here it has our learning target again, which is I can find the main idea and supporting details, not detail, oops, of access to fresh water. So you'll write main idea and your 3 details. And then when you're done, you'll have a turn in button here and you'll click turn in. And then once you're done with this assignment, you can go back to your to-do list to see what else you have to do, but it's the same thing every day, right? You have to go to Amplify for 20 minutes, Epic for another 20 minutes, and then you go into your math classroom if you haven't already. And then remember, I mentioned it in our math video, but remember that I also put your login sheets under our homeroom class. So if you go back to classes and go to homeroom, whoops, and you go to classwork and you go to my login information, there should be a tab now called my login information. And I put your login sheets there in case you guys lost them or you can't remember a password to a website. You guys have them there. So you have Amplify, Epic, CERN, Multimax, Prodigy, and then your email, school email, and your password. Okay? All right, you guys will have fun today, and if you need anything, please let me know. Remember, my office hours are from 2 to 3, and you can call or text anytime during that time. See you next time.